Have you ever been at someone's beck and call? Our idiom, our expression today for Supersize Your Business, Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here, is to be at someone's beck and call. Now, this idiom immediately brought to mind visions of a couple of movies that I remember pretty clearly, someone being at someone else's beck and call. One was The Devil Wears Prada. Not sure if you've ever seen that movie or not, but, and I can't remember the characters' names, but the boss and the assistant, the personal assistant, was at her beck and call, available 24/7 for whatever the boss wanted. Same was true in the movie 2 Weeks Notice, where the attorney ended up being the personal assistant to the billionaire real estate developer and was always at his service. Ended up quitting, and of course they got married because it was a romantic comedy. But a boss or someone, if you've ever been at the beck and call of your spouse or a boss or your kids or your grandkids perhaps. I am pretty much at the beck and call of my granddaughters when they are in my care, when they're around me. Anything they need or want, I will get it for them almost instantly or as quickly as is grammarly possible. But this idiom has actually been around since the 18th century. Beck actually means river, but is also short for beckon, to beckon or call somebody or have them at your fingertips. It means to, of course, not just boss somebody around, but have them as a resource and access, almost an extension of you in doing the things that you need to get done. We think of important people and dignitaries and rock stars with their entourages and their groupies. Oh, groupies would fall into the category of being at someone's beck and call, but often they are. Forgot about that, but what about booty calls? Booty calls would be somebody who's being at someone else's beck and call. Not maybe the best example with respect to business, but one that probably many people can relate to. So I think of executive assistants, personal assistants, people that are hired to help you or help someone with everything that they need done that can run the gamut of activities, work-related, personal, etc. But one of the most valuable people you can have is a great personal assistant, a great executive assistant or secretary as you're building and growing and supersizing your business. But what's another way to look at this particular idiom or expression? Are we at our customers' beck and call? Are we meeting their needs instantly or as quickly as we possibly can? In this day and age of instant gratification and wanting answers right now and solutions right now, how well are we serving our customers? Are we considering their customer experience and doing everything that we can or within our realm of technical capability and desire and cost and all those other things that need to be considered? Are we doing what we can to make sure that they are entertained, educated, we're getting their attention, we're meeting their needs, we're getting them what they want as quickly as possible, or at least much more quickly than the competition can? I think of back to the days of when I had a pager and how annoying it was. Remember before cell phones were invented and we had to have pagers in certain areas of responsibility? Well, pagers, we were pretty much at our bosses and our business and our jobs beck and call 24/7. We were expected to answer that page within a couple of minutes or we would, get in trouble. We were expected to always be on call. And that was bad enough, but cell phones to me have made that even worse. Everybody, not just people at a certain managerial level, but everybody for the most part is expected to be within immediate reach. I remember my ex-husband used to call me like 15 times a day once I got a cell phone because he could, right? And ask questions that could definitely have waited to the end of the day and didn't need to interrupt whatever I was doing. But there's certain things and certain aspects of technology that make our lives better, but there's other sides of those same amazing advancements that make our lives more difficult. Being available 24/7 works if that works for you and works for your job. I would never expect my personal assistant or my executive assistant to be available 24/7. Do I want them to have a cell phone and me be able to reach them in case of emergencies? Absolutely. But would I expect them to be on 24/7 call? No. And I remember when I first got that pager, dreading it going off because it was always when you're at the beach or at some event or somewhere that you didn't want to be interrupted. But if you're on call, it was your job to be on call and answer and respond. Just think of doctors who live by now cell phones, but used to live by pagers. Doctors and nurses and people, that deliver babies, and it's really an emergency. So how has this particular idiom impacted your business? Have you ever been a personal assistant or at someone's beck and call? Have you ever had a personal assistant or an executive assistant that was at your disposal so that they could help you do, and you could delegate all of the things that needed to be done, were necessary, but that you didn't personally have to do? I think that's one of the most valuable and important people we can get involved in our lives as we're building and growing and supersizing our businesses, because it allows us to immediately offshoot and delegate things once as soon as we experience them, and we know that that executive assistant, they might not be the person that does that thing, but they will ensure that it gets done. So it relieves a lot of stress and a lot of pressure on us. So share in the comments below your experience with this particular expression, to be at someone's beck and call, how it made you feel, how it makes you feel having that resource for you and your business, or if you think that it's just a waste of time, you should just do everything yourselves, because some people believe that too. It's whatever you believe that works for you that's important. So our idiom for today about leadership. Again, I will be with you tomorrow with another interesting leadership idiom. We're almost to the end of the month, so a couple more days on leadership idioms, and then we're going to pop into idioms about change and challenge, because what happens in our businesses as we're growing and supersizing them, change and challenge happens like all the time, not just when COVID or something big comes by, pretty much every single day of our lives as business owners. So change and challenge, since we're doing the Get Up and Go challenge, will be a perfect fit right along with that. Any questions, any comments, any concerns about idioms or this particular idiom, hit me up in the comments below. Otherwise, I will be with you tomorrow. Have an absolutely awesome day, and see if you can't get someone to be at your beck and call. Take care. Bye.